Hello, my name is James Young. Today I'm going to be giving a presentation for my Dreamweaver class. I'm going to be explaining the steps on how to make this website that I found. It's called, I'll show you. It's called longform.org. It's a really neat website about posts. It's like a blog. One thing I really like about this website is the constant flow of everything in it. Today I'm also going to be showing a little bit of jeffco.edu and explaining some things about that as well. But as far as this website goes, I really like the layout of it. The only thing they could have added to this website would be a named anchor at the bottom of some of the pages, so that way you don't have to scroll all the way back and forth from the bottom to the top. But what I mean by constant flow is that if you go to each link on these pages, the navigational bar stays in the same position and the same color. And also, if you go off the home page, you get a nice little home button over here on any one of these links that you scroll over to. Also, I really enjoy how they have a nice icon over the top left corner of each one of these pages. It's not the same on each one, which I really like about that. For instance, you have your lighthouse here, and then you had your signal podcast icon here. I wish they would have changed maybe a couple things, like maybe added some more blacks into the website. I really do enjoy how they incorporated the colors into the website. One of the biggest things whenever I'm building a website, I always take the steps and or the process of making the website. I break it down into steps. So say I have to make a website for a dog grooming company. I break that down into steps. So the first thing I'll do is I'll start looking up dog websites, grooming websites that are out there already, and I'll see how they position their navigational systems, what they did as far as their layout, CSS, creative style sheets, the basic positioning of the website, the colors they used, and give a nice average on what they did for the websites. The second thing that I would do, research, do research for the first step, and the second step would be deciding which layout that you like the best from what you've looked up already across the board on the dog grooming website, for instance. And they have many layouts, and you just pick a layout from one you like, and not copy it exactly, but make something like that. So just give you a basic idea, unless you just want to be completely original and do something all on your own. The next step that I would do would come up with a navigational system. Like on this website, they have this very nice, clean navigational system. This can either be done in JavaScript or HTML. You can do this in HTML using rollover images, which I really like about HTML. It makes it much easier, so you don't have to put in all this coding. In Dreamweaver, they have nice rollover images, which you can just do an insert command. I do like this topics spree menu bar they have here, so you don't have to have all of these items completely spread out across the page. You just can do a rollover and drop down. I love that about the website. But that would be the largest, first and foremost concern for a website whenever I'm creating one for a company or for churches or anything like that. I decide what kind of layout I'm going to have, and I make sure that the navigational system is constant throughout, because users have to be able to find what they need to find fast. The average person doesn't stay on a website more than, I'm guessing, a minute, if that. So when they do go on the website, they want to be able to see a clean, sophisticated navigational system so they know how to work through the website, such as search menus. That helps extremely if they want to find something, which I like about this website, of Longform's website, where you can do a search of an author or anything like that, or a book or an article. Say you want to look up dogs, articles on dogs or pets, and then it'll bring up this nice line on the right side of the page, we have all of the posts about pets and stuff like that. But I do love the navigational system. I don't know if I can express that as much as I'm expressing it now, but I do love a clean navigational system. The next step, which I look for whenever I'm building a website, is I really enjoy making colors that match very well, but contrast, so you can see everything very easily. A big mistake which most people make whenever they're creating a website, especially in college whenever they're making a website for their personal use, they make colors that are so close together that you can't hardly see what the text is, or the type is on the page. I love on this page how they have everything clean. You have white on red, so you can read everything very nice, and white on black over here on the right. And so you can read everything, and the links are extremely nice. You have a rollover link here where it goes to red, and you can see that very easily up against the white. And on the red up here for the navigational bar, they have white on red, so you can read that very easily. Color scheme is one of the biggest downfalls a website can have, but it can also be one of the greatest uplifts a website can have. This website, if I had to rate it for stars out of 5, I'd probably give this about a 4, based solely on the navigational system and on the contrasting colors, how you have these easily defined text colors here. You have white on black. I tried to copy jeffco.edu's website for a project earlier in the semester, but this is jeffco.edu. I really like how they have a nice clean navigational setup here for the navigational bar. If you click over to different pages, it highlights red and lets you know which page you're on. This is done using JavaScript, I'm pretty sure, but you can do something like this in HTML. It just takes a little bit of work. You'd have to make these into your banner, and you'd have to have a navigational bar for each page that you're doing, and you would have to make it that red color. So for the strategic planning HTML page, you'd be creating, you'd have its own banner, and you would color this red and make sure the rest of these were gray, and you would do that on each separate page. And then each page would have its own navigational or own banner with the navigational bar connected to the banner. You can do that in Photoshop and just make it a JPEG image. And then whenever you import it into Dreamweaver, you can just put hotspots for each one of the links here. You wouldn't even have to mess with a spree menu bar or rollover image, which I really do enjoy rollover images, especially in CS4. It was a lot easier to do rollover images where after you get off the home page, you can, or on each page, you could see which page you were on, like how you have red here, and then I could click on veterans and that would turn red. In CS4 Dreamweaver, I really enjoyed how it showed which page you were on with the rollover. It would have a down feature for the navigational bar, but in CS6 they have the spree menu bars, which give you this nice rollover feature here. The only thing here is you're not really sure exactly sure what page you're on, because it doesn't have a down feature, but it's still very nice because it's very clean cut, like I said earlier. I do like Jeffco's setup here with the JavaScript they used for the separate columns here, separate rows and columns. You can do something like this in Dreamweaver, but you'd have to do an insert and do a table and set up your rows and columns, and then you could insert this information on each one. But you don't get as much choice when it comes to making it do things that you want. Well, it's not as easy if you're going to be using Dreamweaver to do it with JavaScript. It's pretty nice. You have this nice pop-up box here, dialog box. But I really enjoy making websites. But the final step that I would choose when I'm making a website would definitely have to be placement of your links in the website. placement is everything when it comes to building a website. It has to be easily defined so you can find everything that you need to find. I do like the links and long form here, how they have each one, and you can click on that and it brings you into a new page and gives you a whole description here. The links are placed perfectly, for me anyway, as far as navigation goes. But like I said earlier, most people don't stay on a website very long at all. So you want to have something bold that they can see. Like I love how each one of the main points here is large and nice and bold, easy to read. So someone coming on the website, they would see that instantly, and then they have the roll over to red, so you know exactly that it's a link. And it makes it easy to find. It's very nicely defined, and Jeffco has a nice navigation setup, so you can find things pretty easy in it as well with the bold headings here. I like the bold headings for like the blue, and you know exactly what is the headings because of the different color variations. And you have your nice underline, which turns to red. Like on Jeffco, I wish they could have done like an underline, so you get a little bit more of an idea that it was a link, which you can click on. But finally, in Dreamweaver, the next biggest thing is knowing your audience. When creating a website, you have to know who you're making it for. You have to know what they're looking for in a website, and for informational purposes, make it easy to read so you can find everything you need to find. So if I want to know about my classes, I can easily go to my student tab and scroll down to my courses, and then it would bring me up to a link which I can go to Blackboard from there. But I really do like Jeffco's setup. I just wish it could go directly into Blackboard, maybe straight from the student tab, and you wouldn't have to go to this. But it's still pretty nice. Thank you for watching. That would conclude my Dreamweaver presentation, and hopefully this will go over well, and it'll give more people a better idea on how to create websites when it comes to design and color choices. Thank you.